We have to deal with the snake.
That's a big snake. I do not want to get bit.
Anything for gold.
We're gonna weave a net out of these, and then I just lift it up.
I got him.
Box trap.
And it shouldn't take much overnight in the Australian outback. Gotta like these set line traps.
Just like that, I got one.
We won't be going hungry on this overnight adventure.
We are here. It is winter and cold, and we're leaving this behind for this. To this, summer in Australia from winter in Canada. We're going to do some adventures over here in Australia, and I hope you're going to stay tuned for those adventures.
Morning. So it's still pretty early in the morning, and what I want to do in this video, I didn't come all the way to Australia not to do an overnight survival thing. All I've got is like a hockey bag, and I've got my knife, my ferro rod, a pack of hooks, and some line. I got to catch some grasshoppers. I'm allowed to use them for bait, but I want to camp near the river where it's a little cooler, because I tell you, this heat in the middle of the day, it just takes your energy right out of you. It's very hot in the daytime. So I'm going to camp down in the shade by the river and hopefully catch a fish. There's big carp in there. I've seen stinging nettles, edible plants down there. So we're going to do an overnight in the outback of Australia. I know you guys are going to want to see that. Spend a night with the spiders and snakes and see what kind of wildlife we can see. There's lots of kangaroos. There's wild goats. The pack is fairly heavy, even though it's got my hammock and knife, this, that. First, I got to get some grasshoppers, and then we'll hike down to the river and get set up for the night. Right on. Hope I catch a fish too. Big carp in there. Some of them are almost 2 feet long, it looks like. These grasshoppers are hard to catch, actually, but got a couple. And these flies, these little flies, I call them eye flies. They just get in your eye and they just won't quit. It's just unreal. Gotta be quick. I haven't seen a single snake yet. And I really would like to get some video of one, an eastern brown, redback, or I mean a red-bellied black. That takes everything out of you in this heat. I wonder what the Aborigines would think about this. Here's a guy from Canada hiking through the Australian outback in 100-degree temperatures with a hockey bag. What's that guy doing? They love their hockey in Canada. What's he doing? Looking for an ice rink? Oh boy. At least here I have shade and a way to cool down if I gotta go swimming in the creek, whatever. So this should be an interesting overnight in the Australian outback. I want to stay up fairly high because of snakes and such. So, got the hammock set up. This is where I will stay. Should see kangaroos and maybe the goats at some point this evening, because I know there's lots of track and sign, and I've seen kangaroos, but maybe if I'm just set up here quiet towards evening, they'll come through, not know I'm here. I'll have the big camera for some good video, and maybe I'll even catch one of these big carp. There's a lizard on this rock here, big lizard. There he goes. Is that ever a neat lizard? Red on the belly. He's about 3 feet long. Well, it's clouded over, which is actually nice as far as temperature. I hear thunder. I don't know if I'm gonna have to set the hammock up or I mean the tarp on the hammock. A little nicer temperature for sure. Something I want to do is catch fish. So let's go see if we can maybe get a fish here. It's I'm glad I brought this water. I mean, I see them in there. Got my line and hooks and a little bit of bait. So let's go give her a go. I'm not going to use a weight. I'm just going to throw it out there and let it drift down. They're all hanging out by this big rock down here. There's smaller ones, but there's big ones too. I mean, I don't really care how big a fish. It'd be nice to have something to eat. Just a hand line, that's all I need. But it's a possibility of rain. I don't think it rains around this area that much. Pretty dry area as far as I know, but I imagine they get the odd storm and rain shower here and there. All right, get a line in, and oh, there's a huge one right here. Pretty awesome looking. There's a whole school of them here of about 15. So I mean, if I don't get one right away, something's wrong, eh? I might even make a fishing set line, one of my automatic fish lines here. I might have to tie a stick on to get it out far enough. We'll see if I can. I don't think I have to go very far, but well, I don't know. It's out 10 feet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use a stick because I want it to float, and it just went in between the big rocks. All right. There, that's better. I'll just sit and wait. See what happens. At least I can see the stick go if I'm getting action. I can't really see to the bottom in spots. It's a little murky. Now there's a group of about 3 coming up towards my stick. Let's see if they notice this grasshopper. I got one. Just like that, I got one. Stick went down and... Aha! Dinner, boys. It only took about
2 minutes. And we got a carp for dinner. All right, we won't be going hungry on this overnight adventure. Well, that sure didn't take very long, did it? One carp. That was one of the quickest fish I've ever caught. I mean, I threw that thing out and I seen them coming up towards it and wham! Seen the stick go and give her a tug and there we go. That only took about 2 minutes. The Outbacks of Australia. So, even though there's no fire ban, I mean, it's so hot and things look so dry around here that I'll build my fire near the water here. If it gets windy and I'm worried about the fire, I've got water handy to put it out with. Beside this big rock will be good. That's one thing I'm very cautious about any time of year, pretty much, even the winter, is placement of my fires. Whether there's fire ban or not, you know, even if you're allowed a fire, you have to always think about safe places to build your fire. Now there's it's quite a ways to the bush line. There's green grass along the bush line. There is these needles here, but I have water and I'll burn these needles up in an area. As the fire gets bigger, I'll just clean this, and we do have sand as a buffer between here and the forest. Man alive, what a tragedy it would be to start a forest fire. So always think about where you put your fire. Away from trees, away from the bush if possible, in gravel or sand is preferable. Certainly not in dry moss or needles or anything like that. Right on. Practice fire safety. There's the thunder. I don't need a huge fire, I'll keep it small. We got a big hole here in the side of the bank. I don't really know. I mean, it seems to go quite a ways in. I mean, I can't even see how far. The ground's too hard. Don't see tracks. I don't know if kangaroos burrow into the side of hills to find cool places or what. Kind of looks like my hairdo sometimes. There's a lamb quarters, actually, right there. Just like them raw. Already styling. One carp, one lamb quarter. Pretty smart. And I'm using smart weed. I'm not going to bother scaling this guy.
That big rock that I built the fire against cracked all the way. I heard something cracking, so the whole side of it broke because of the fire. Coming along nice. I don't care if the skin gets a bit burnt. Well, I think this fish is done. There you go. Carp. Within 2 minutes of my first cast in Australia. On a river, anyway. Let's see what these river carp over here taste like. Ooh, it's a bit hot. A few bones. It reminds me of a fish from back home, whitefish. This is similar to whitefish. It's not bad, but it's too hot by the fire. I'm still sweating. I've been sweating all day long, so I'm gonna eat my fish over there. But the flavor's all right. Just got to be aware of the bones. There's quite a few. So many different noises here in Australia, you know, like the birds are something else. Towards dark, early in the morning, all these weird bird noises. Might hear the kookaburras soon here, because just before dark, that's usually when you hear them, and just before light in the mornings as well. I'm enjoying my time over here. There's more adventures to come. I still have to try to set up in the morning my paracord set line trap. I always like to use set lines in my adventures, as you know. They're just so efficient. How can you criticize efficiency? It's almost dark. Yeah, you gotta carry water with you here. I didn't bring a pot. That was kind of silly, as I could have had like stinging nettle tea. That's something I should have done, was brought a pot, but I just forgot. Cools down nice at night. It's just such a relief. It cools down like 20 degrees. Actually gets to about 12 degrees Celsius, so you'll have to figure out the math if you do imperial, but it cools down nicely at night. 40 degrees Celsius in the day and about 12 at night. It's just cooling down nice now. It's probably cooled down about 10 degrees. It'll cool down another 10 at least. And I don't even need a blanket in this. So, we'll see in the morning. I just love being in the outback here of Australia. It's spectacular. This is my first overnight in Australia ever. Better keep the hammock zipped up though, with the spiders that could crawl in. Actually, I'll have to check my boots in the morning, make sure there's nothing in them where I put them on. All right. Okay. Morning. So that was pretty nice sleep. A little hot to begin with, but it cooled down nice, like I say, and I didn't need a blanket or anything. It was just quite nice. So today I want to try to make a fishing set line to kind of end this outing, and just see what sights I can see down here. Maybe I can see a kangaroo or a goat. Or it's always interesting to come to a new place where the sights and the sounds and the vegetation and trees are all different than where you're from. So I mean, it's been a great adventure so far. I mean, just, you know, spectacular just to see all these new things. Right on. Well, I get up and I didn't even bring coffee or a pot, so anyway, let's see what we can get up to and try to build that fishing set line, man.
There's the water dragon. I've seen him swimming across the river to that rock. They swim quite fine. He dove under the water, trying to hide. There he goes. Pretty cool.
Big lace monitors way up the tree. Cool.
He's hissing. He's 4 feet long with the tail. Look at the claws on him. Man, have they got claws. Well, I'm just going to collect some material for my fish trap and see if we can get one of these carp with that. I don't see as many as I did yesterday, but they're in here. One. I'll probably use this guy too. I got a spot in mind. Put it against this branch for support. Break these branches off. Supported by the branch. Maybe this guy. That should work for my trigger. That's too weak as well. This wood is too rotted. And try to find something green. Okay. Cut my groove for my line. I want about 10 inches. Always towards the water. It's getting pretty tight. Once more maybe. Okay, and I got my trigger, and that'll work. I got a hair trigger system again. So there's my trigger. Now I just got to tie my fishing line to here. Whammo. Gotta like these set line traps. They're very efficient, and in a survival situation, man, if you have 3 or 4 of these on a lake, a river, this and that, then you're probably going to catch fish, even when you're not around. So we got it baited up. Throw our stick, which we're using as a bobber, out. Like I say, I did not bring a pot, but I've got all these nettles here, so I want to try to cook some nettles up. I mean, you can't eat them raw. You'll sting your tongue and throat and have that all swell up and whatever. So you have to cook them at least for like even 10 seconds in hot water, and it kills the sting right away. So, and they don't take very long to cook at all. So I've got an idea here, since I didn't bring a pot, that I'll show you. And this is another bushcraft survival trick or technique. So I think some of you will be interested in this method. Okay. So I'm building this fire in this little hollow here of this rock. Now I want to collect about 3 rocks this size. I just rinsed them off, but I'm going to put my 3 rocks here in this hollow so we can heat them up nice with a good fire. We'll leave that for about an hour, and then to cook my nettles, I'm going to clean this hollow out and put water in there, and the hot rocks will boil them. I'm going to wash this out a bit first. I'm getting burnt by the fire. I'm standing too close. And a little bit of debris is not going to hurt anything. Okay, and I got my water bottle. I can use the cap of it to try to get most of this out, and then put the clean water in the hole. And then we're going to boil our water with our hot rocks, throw our nettles in, and we'll be styling. We'll have nettles, because I feel like nettles. I can just take some plant material and get more of it out too. There's not much dirt or anything. It's a pretty clean little cavity with a little bit of muddy water at the bottom. But I'm not worried about that. But it'll be clean enough water. I could even use the creek water, but since I have a bottle of water, I'll just use it. Pour our clean water in. A few needles is not gonna hurt us. You can't really tell, but it is actually pretty clean. Yeah, so I mean, and myself, I would not drink this creek water without boiling it either. So you can boil your water this way, and you would have a pool of drinkable water after you boiled it good for 5 minutes with the hot rocks. That would be your pool of drinking water. Don't take chances, and I mean, especially if I'm in other countries and I don't know what bugs are in this water, or giardia, whatever, bacteria, I would boil your water for sure. Don't take chances with dirty bacterial water. So now I'll collect some nettles. I don't care about getting stung by them with my hand.
I'm not too worried about that. I'll just give them a rinse. Keep my rocks nice and handy. Ouch, I got stung that time. Pretty hard. There's another water dragon. They swim pretty good. He's not happy with me. Alright, have fun. Seen a lot of these water dragons, and also the, what are they called again? Lace monitors, or tree guana. Guana. But anyway, while I'm waiting for these rocks to heat up to cook my nettles, I'm going to go back to my set line trap and just see if I can get a fish before I head out. I got to pack up and head out. The bobber is out there. You can see it right in the center of your screen. Yeah, we're not getting any action yet. I see fish, but they're way out in the middle. They usually come near shore, these carp, and they feed off the rocks, probably little bugs and insects, nymphs and whatever, but I love these set line traps. You know that I have come up with a variety of different set line traps, but all with the basic same principle. Well, no fish yet, so I'm going to take my rocks out and cook up my nettle tea. So, let's try to get this guy out. Roll him up into our pool. Clean some of the ash off. The ash is not an issue. There. When that rock cools down, I'll throw another one on. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. Just trying to see. Oh man, their water's really hot already in 2 minutes. That's definitely gonna boil our water. Like complete boil. Just the one rock. I'll give it another minute. You can see the steam coming off the water already. Like the water's basically boiling at this point. Okay, so other than a few needles that blew in, nettles are done. It's been a couple of minutes, that's plenty of time. And this one rock boiled the water. Seriously, it did. Cooked. Doesn't take long. 30 seconds in hot water and your nettles are done. I left them in a little longer, but that water was very hot. Another 5 minutes with that rock in there and this water will be drinkable. And then you can just, if it's a bit dirty, just let the sediment go to the bottom. Drinking water out of a creek like this. I wouldn't trust this water. Well, we're not getting any action, so I think I'm going to pack up and get back to the farmhouse. So, we tried. We definitely tried. It was nice to be able to spend one night in the Outback. Caught that carp, cooked that up. Now you see how you can cook nettles without a pot, or boil water without a pot. And basically it was peaceful down here by the creek, but I just want everyone to keep in mind that my time here in Australia isn't just about doing survival things or even doing videos. One of the main reasons I came to Australia was to visit my daughter that I hadn't seen in 5 years, meet grandkids I have never met, and so that really is a priority on this trip, is just to spend time with family. I'll do as much video as I can, but I just wanted to make mention of that. But anyway, we get packed up. Now up the hill. So this is something in a bit of a situation I've got here. I was out here in the shed, and this container behind me here, I just seen the last tail part of an eastern brown snake going into the container. So now I've got him pinned in there. You know, I come out to the garage here all the time, and I mean, he could be curled up somewhere. Boy, they're spooky just to see. This one is, oh, almost 5 feet long, I think. But here's the problem is all these venomous snakes in Australia are protected. You're not allowed to kill any of these snakes in New South Wales here. What am I going to do? I'm going to get a little video, but I'm going to keep him in there for now, because otherwise he could go and hide under some other stuff and I go to reach or take something away and get bit.
This place crawls with snakes.
Even though they're not the most venomous snakes like the inland taipan is, but they don't have to be. Apparently you have to get the anti-venom within about half an hour or you could die. So I do not want to get bit by this snake, but I do want to show it to you. And plus, if you get bit out here, I'm more than half an hour away from the nearest town, so what chance would I have, eh? There's just, I cannot afford to get bit, but we're going to very cautiously try to show you the snake. The container is about 4 feet tall. They can't climb a plastic container like that, so I think it's pretty safe. But I think what I'll do is just move the stuff away when I leave so that he can get out. But for now, he can stay in there another day, because he'll go and hide somewhere else and maybe I will get bit. Right on. I'm going to use implements. I'm going to do this safely, don't worry. I don't see him right now. He's in here though. Can't get out. I can't jump this side. Oh, he is there. You're kidding me. He's crawling up. He's going to get out of there. Unreal. See him over there? I got to zoom in. There he is. I don't want him getting out. That was spooky. Okay, so they can climb. At least he was in the far corner, but you see I lifted the thing with not my hand. Ha! So he's trying to get out of there. I don't really think I want him out of there, because where's he going to hide next? Pretty cool video though, eh? So this morning we have to deal with the snake. We're going to load the container onto a trailer and take him away and let him go somewhere. Hopefully get some more video. My son-in-law's brother is here to give me a hand. This is Gilbert. And we have to deal with the snake first thing. Figure just screw into the door here.
Yeah, we'll just screw into the door.
Keep that shut.
Keep that shut at least while we pick it up. Give it some peace of mind, man.
Oh, hey, I don't want it coming open. I really don't.
And we also then
I already had a spooky situation when it was in the corner there. So I think we want this board down lower because that's where it opens the most.
Yep.
A socket would be better. See, they're not holding either. I can hear him in there. Yeah, that's better.
I'm just scared on top here, eh? Just keep
Huh?
watching there.
I don't think he can get out of there. Of course, I didn't think he could climb either.
I hope I'm not drilling into him.
Well, that's the chance he has to take. That should hold. Okay?
Yeah, no, that
But the top, see,
Okay.
the corners like to lift up.
Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll put one strap like that. Just so that I'm not a snake catcher
I'm not a snake catcher either.
and I'm not a snake releaser.
Well, I think the release will be okay.
Do you think we can move it or?
What's that? Well, I think we can move it. We just keep the lid down, right?
Yep. I think, what do you think we put another strap at the bottom just for safety?
Well, I wouldn't mind another strap at the bottom. The bottom seems to be opening up a bit, eh? Hopefully he's still in there, but I think he can't get out.
Rick, don't say that.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we try to open it.
And check it now.
Yeah, I can't see how he could get out of there.
Okay, so it's now only the top.
But I was thinking just put a piece of board in here, it shuts it even more. Just something to put in here. Yeah, see, just to hold it a little tighter, right? That would be the best, because then you'll hold the whole thing. How many guys does it take
To catch a
try
snake.
to catch one snake?
One big bloody snake.
Well, it's a big one. Okay, that's tight enough. We don't have to go too tight.
Okay, well,
That's good.
Tight is good. Loose is not good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Does it look solid? Is there any?
I don't think the bottom won't fall off it, eh?
Well, I hope not.
There's a propane tank in there, so we just have to be gentle. That's all.
Well, is there a propane tank that will roll around and might hurt the snake?
Yeah, but we don't want to try to get it out.
Do you know if it was full or empty?
I don't know. He's just going to have to deal with it. The snake. I mean, we've done enough for him. Yeah, we got to pull it out a bit. There. Okay. Let's not move it more than we have.
He's on the floor. He's on the floor. He's coming out.
No.
He's coming out. He's on the floor.
Let's not move it more than we have.
He's on the floor. He's on the floor. He's coming out.
No.
He's coming out. He's on the floor.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, on the bottom corner.
Oh, you're right. So how did he get out?
No, there's no floor yet. Who's there?
Yeah, he is there too.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
look, there's his tail.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, no, that's the...
Yeah, he's out. He's still under the thing. So there's no floor in that or what?
Well, there's a gap in the floor. Well, he's definitely under there.
I know.
So what we can do, and he's not in a good mood.
No.
What we can do is tip this container over.
We're
That's
gonna-
the only way, Greg.
We're gonna have to. But let's do it with something like a board. Like let's just push it with a board or something.
Oh.
Or the shovel.
Listen, Greg.
We have to let him out, I guess.
This guy is massive. The only thing I
Bit of a predicament.
If this thing charges us, I'm
Well,
just
run
gonna
away.
drop this box.
Yeah, well for sure.
Should we both try?
Yeah.
Okay. We're opening the door for him to charge us.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
No, we can't lift it. I think what we're gonna have to do is come up with another plan. I want to see him. Get the flashlight here, Gilbert, and shine it under. Oh, broke the container. But I don't see him.
He's most probably gone back in.
Oh boy.
He's gone back in. So there must be a hole somewhere.
Okay, well, let's just drag the container.
Or could that be his partner? And there's still one inside.
I have no idea. It could be a different snake, even. I mean, I don't see how our snake would get out of the container. Let's just drag this out of the way.
Should we hook it up to the bike? To the quad?
Well, it'd be safer, wouldn't it?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, just keep pulling it until we see what happens here. Safety first. That's a big snake. I think there's more than one. I think we still have the one in the container, and now there's one that's kind of under the container. You just drive away, and I'll stay back though too, right? If I have to jump in the Polaris or the car, huh?
No, you don't have to jump. You just run, man.
That's all I'll do.
You just run.
Can I sit on the back of the quad?
I think you can, yeah.
I just don't want him escaping and we don't notice him, so I'll keep and watch here, okay? Yeah, just go slow, I think.
Just try to go slow.
Okay, now it's lifted up pretty high in the back. There he is, there he is. There he goes.
Wait.
It's a big one, eh?
Wow.
That's the same snake, I think.
Nick, watch out.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Why can't he find the hole in the wall?
Oh,
There he goes. There he goes. Now he went under the house.
Oh, it's trying to avoid.
We don't know if it's the one that got out of here. We don't know if it's the same snake or a different one, right?
There's only one way to check, and that's to lift the top, correct?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, get a wire there.
Flip it totally open.
Yeah, I will.
Hold on.
I think that's our snake. We don't see him. I think that must have been him.
Okay, hold on a second.
You want to move that bag? I mean, maybe here. You want to move the bag with the shovel, and let's just make sure there's not another one in here.
I don't see any snakes.
Yeah. Two propane bottles. Now I'm a little leery. That's got to be him. There's nothing in here.
Okay.
So
Can you take that bag out? Can you reach? Give me the tool.
You got gloves. No, there's
How
nothing.
the hell did he get out?
I
How
don't
did he get
know.
out?
How did he get out? I don't know. Well, that's the end of the snake adventure. Now he's under the house, but he'll stay under there. He wasn't that aggressive. He just wanted to go his own way and do his own thing. But it did not go the way we wanted it to go as far as releasing him out somewhere. He's still around the house. But that's the way she goes.
I reckon that people are much more dangerous.
I came back to get the little sluice, and there in the big tree there was a lace monitor. They call them also tree goannas, or goanna. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. But anyway, a lace monitor. It was about 4 feet long. They do get a little bigger, but that was a pretty big one. They do get up to about 6 feet long. But I was pretty happy to get that footage of that. He actually even went after the camera. What I did is I put the camera on the tripod and kind of lifted it up to the branch where he was. He got a little irritated, but we didn't pester him too long. That was right on.
So I am allowed to use a small sluice in the creek, which is what I'm doing, is trying to set this up so I don't have to just keep pouring water on it. Let the creek do its job. Actually, it's probably good for the fish to give them like nice sand for spawning. It's probably a good thing. I'm gonna have to block under here a bit, get a bit better flow. But this will even be quicker. I was going to set the sluice up here. I was digging right here, as you can see. But I did a little bit of panning, and I thought, well, I'm not getting, you know, just a little color or two once in a while, the odd little flake. So I went over, you can see in the background, I got the sluice set up on a rock. And I went back to doing it how I was doing it in the beginning with the bucket to wash it. And it seems like there's just more colors, more flakes over that way behind that. But then I'm working in the water up to my shins pretty much. Better looking gold. So let's just work behind that boulder right in there and see what we get after another day. This will be a couple of days of running gravel through that little sluice. I'm really keen to see what we get. I'm not going to bother cleaning the sluice out until the end, so you'll have to wait and see what we get. Well, this is hard on the back, doing things by hand like this, but I hope when I clean that sluice or concentrate out that it's worth it. It's actually nice to work in the creek. This water's warm, it's just nice and refreshing though. I'm keen to see what we get. It's gonna be interesting. Plus, by screening all the gravel out, I'm creating habitat for the fish to spawn. Okay, well, we're
We're getting a bit of a thunderstorm. Not surprised with all this heat we've been having. So I just as soon not be standing in the creek. I don't like standing in water when there's an electrical storm. I don't like being out fishing in an aluminum boat when there's an electrical storm either. The storm's coming right. Oh, look at these bolts. And I'm getting deeper and deeper. I've dug a hole here. I'm past my knees. I've dug quite a hole, but anything for gold. So basically, I run my water upstream like this to give my gold more of a chance to settle. It's getting very hard to dig here. I'm starting to hit a lot of big rocks and boulders, and it's getting so deep I can hardly reach them sometimes. Clay sticks to these flat rocks, and that's where any bigger flakes will be. Stuck in the clay on the flat rocks. That's the way it is, the life of a miner. How far can we dig here? I don't know, but you know, I'm thinking that the flakes are going to get bigger as we go, compared to the smaller stuff I was getting near the top. That's usually how it is with gold, as most people that do any prospecting know. There's an echidna right here. Throwing himself, trying to do the spikes. He's a pretty big one. Pretty cool. It was very neat to see that echidna. I'm a kidding you not. So another plant that we have at home, Viper's bug loss. It's not an edible plant. It doesn't have any value as I know, but a very pretty flower. We have it back home, they have it here. I've seen it in other countries as well. Neat, pretty flowers. So I just got back to the farmhouse. Basically what happened is I shut the Polaris off and was getting a couple of little clips
and it wouldn't start again. I had to hike out. I did not want to spend the night there. I didn't video the actual breakdown. I was just kind of frustrated and wanted to get back. I did not want to spend a night on the ground or trying to sleep in the Polaris. So I did get back. Had to hike out of the bush. I mean, it would start, but it wouldn't run. Almost like it's out of gas, but it shows 3/4 of a tank. I think it's something to do with the ignition. I'll take a motorbike and run up there and see. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll start. Of course, I tried to start it so many times that I killed the battery now too. But there's always got to be some setback in any adventure. Right on. Wasn't right on. Sydney funnel web that lives in the wire. Got to keep my hands away from there, I suppose. There he is. He just bites and goes back in and waits for the poison to take effect. That thing's dead already. Unreal. And this guy got something too. Cool. Morning. So I have to jump on this guy today. Let's go rescue the Polaris. So I hope I can get this thing going. I don't want to leave it out here in the bush and then let them have to deal with it. I do have the motorbike. There's a few motorbikes here. And another quad. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This battery is totally dead. Okay, well, I gotta get a battery up here somehow. It's a bigger battery than what I thought. It's almost a regular car-sized battery. I don't know how I'm gonna pack that on the motorbike. I'm pretty good at figuring things out. Maybe I can jump start it. Okay, I think I solved the problem. I'm gonna take the battery out of the car, but I'm not gonna be able to pack it on the motorbike, so move a couple of motorbikes, and the kids' little quads to get at the big quad. Where do we start this thing? I hope this thing fits. It should. I got tools in here. Okay, we made it. Gonna switch the battery and hopefully get it back, then I'll have to hike back. I might have to wait till evening to do that. It's starting to get hot already. But something interesting I'll show you I found here is a termite mound. And you can tell it's a termite mound. Hear how it's hollow? So there'll be a bunch of termites living in there. I'm not gonna wreck their nest just to show you the termites, so. But all these interesting things that you see over in Australia. I'm at the Polaris. It's getting hot out though. But you know, I sure did not want to spend the night sleeping on the ground or even in the Polaris. I mean, there'd still be spiders crawling on you. I just showed you a video of that big spider. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not like they're all deadly poisonous, but sleeping on the ground here in Australia with all the snakes and spiders, and you'd have something crawling on you. It wouldn't be my idea of fun. I don't think you'd get a lot of sleep. I mean, you want to have something like my hammock where you can get in a couple of trees off the ground and keep the bugs and insects off you because of the netting over it. Superior Gear Hammock. Here's some free advertisement for them. Yeah, it wouldn't have been pleasant, so I'm glad I got back to the ranch house, farmhouse, and didn't spend the night. I have to hike back here just to get one of these vehicles now. Well, the quad. I'm going to try to get this Polaris out of here. If I can't, it's going to have to stay until somebody can come and pull it out, I guess. So I've got the battery terminals loose and off here. The big problem is the tool I don't have to get the battery out is a hex. I don't know why they don't just keep everything the same. You need like 1,000 tools just to get a battery out, it seems. Every bolt, every nut has to be different sizes, different shapes. Like, why isn't this just a 1/2 inch bolt here? It's nothing to do with the battery. It's obviously ignition. I took it out. Gonna test something here and see. So I pulled the ignition out, and look at that, see? But it won't stay running. But if I hold the key, it will. So I'm gonna have to try to hold the key while I drive, obviously. So I had to tape up the back of the wire. There's obviously a loose or broken wire to make contact, and I still have to hold the key. But then it runs. Let go, dies. So I'm gonna have to drive it with one hand and hold the key. So my finger was getting tired of holding the key. I put the ignition back in after I taped the back, and then I just got a crescent wrench to keep it on. So I was getting cramps in my hand and forearm, so this works better. Keep the pressure on the on position. I'm up here in the Blue Mountains actually, and you know, it's pretty cool. During their winter season or rainy season, they actually get snow up here in the Blue Mountains. So, and the plants and trees are a little different than some of the other areas that I've seen. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, they get winter up here. It's a long weekend here. It's Australian days. We have Canada days back home. I remember Grandma used to talk about the good old days. But anyways, these are Dicksonia antarctica, or soft tree ferns. Really cool. Up here in the Blue Mountains, you see them quite a bit. And there's other types of ferns. I see sword ferns, and it's just a really neat forest up here in the Blue Mountains. I have to go down and clean out the sluice box because I know that you're all interested to see, and we just kept it to the end. Saved the best for last. Wouldn't it be funny if all there was a couple of colors after all that shoveling and work? I spent a few hours over the last, not full time because it gets hot in the daytime, but I spent quite a few hours over 3 days, and we'll see what we have in the sluice. So to end off the gold prospecting
video in Australia. Get some water in the pan. That doesn't really need cleaning, and then we just want to turn our mat upside down and run it through the pan. Because this is concentrate, we want to go very slow, because our gold, even though it should be at the bottom, can float out. We just want to go gentle. Shake it every couple of times and then gently swish it out. And it's going out, you can see, a bit at a time going out. Shake it once in a while again. I hope I got a lot. Of course, it would never be enough. Okay, I'm starting to see gold. You can see that's gold at the bottom. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna do the rest of my cleaning. I still got a fair amount, you can see, but I want to do it in the pan. Once I start to see the flakes, usually what I do is I'll just rinse it gently like this to the bottom of the pan. And when I get stuff down here, I can just shake this. Basically, I know there's nothing here, and I can just wash this out. Still keep an eye in case something snuck past you. And you don't want too much water, really. But I'm seeing flakes up there, so this is why you have to be gentle, because you can lose the gold too. There's one bigger flake right there. It'll be interesting to see what we have. Oh, there's another one up there. Another one there. These are some nice flakes right here. All right, look at that up there. That's nice to see. It's starting to look like something, isn't it? Well, there's still some concentrate to go, so it's looking pretty good. Some nice big flakes too. So there you go, guys. It's cut down pretty good. Now, I don't really know, but I'm thinking it's about 1/4 of an ounce. So there you go. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm thinking 1/4 ounce, like I said. So over the course of about 3 days, a few hours each day, you may not think 1/4 ounce is a lot, but with a little 2-foot sluice and a shovel, I think it's pretty good, even for the time that I did spend. And then I got thinking to myself, you know, I don't know if any of you watch the show The Curse of Oak Island, but they've got millions of dollars of equipment, 6 guys, geologists. The show's gone on for years, and in 5 years I didn't see them get this much gold. With 6 guys and millions of dollars of equipment, I got more gold with my little sluice in a few hours over a few days. So it's right on. I've been here, this is my 5th time in Australia. I'm going to try to capture for you folks the fauna and flora, get some excellent video of the birds, and have some adventures. The first part of this video, though, for you loyal supporters, introduce you to my family over here. I have a granddaughter over here that I just met for the first time. And so I have to do things with family as well, but I'm going to get video of that. Introduce you to the family. Teach the grandson how to fish. I actually caught my granddaughter last time I was here, my oldest granddaughter, her first fish too.
So gonna have some adventures with the family, but I'm gonna do some bush stuff. So through the trees here you can see a house. This is a house that my son-in-law and daughter built. They're still working on it. They weren't quite ready for my arrival. I'm staying up over in the cottage over here. The cottage is more like a house. It's 10 acres they've got here with a pond that's got fish, so I should be able to catch fish there, different types. And this morning just walking around early, and there's just so many birds, just parrots and crows and just variety of birds. I'm just walking around the acreage here and I found a dead toothbrush. Probably got bit by a snake. Australia has the most poisonous snakes and spiders in the world. This is the kind of spot that a snake would crawl under these type of rocks. And as a matter of fact, my daughter said that there was a king brown in the yard last week just before I got here. So even here near town, there's the snakes. If I get bit by something, it's going to be big trouble. Even the small spiders here can be deadly. You can see things are still under construction here. Got the fire pit down here, which is completed. We're going to be using the fire pit a lot. Give you a panoramic here. Quite a nice spot for kids to grow up, I tell you. You just got to watch the snakes. Keep an eye on your kids in Australia. Don't let them go playing unattended. So I was up at first light and had the camera rolling, and you can see in those videos how many birds are out early in the morning. Like, there's just different bird noises. It's just unbelievable. It's not like home. Yeah, there's birds, but not so many at a time, and these are different sounds that we don't hear back home. So it's going to be interesting actually to see the difference of plants, birds, and animals. And that's it. Just down at the pond here, there's supposed to be fish in here. A couple of varieties apparently, but I'll just borrow one of the kids' rods and just give it a go for a few minutes. This is a private pond, and see what's in here maybe, if anything. Just using a little piece of sausage. Yeah, I'll just lean this up and let's see. Yeah, there's not going to be worms around this area, that's for sure. No action yet. But here in these cattails behind me, which is a plant from back home, so there is cattail around, there was some koi swimming through the cattail. I think really I need like spinners and stuff instead of just a weight and a hook and a piece of sausage. Like, that's the thing, when you go to a different area, you've got to try to figure out what the fish in this area might bite on. So at this point I'm not quite sure, but I think I'll figure it out. I do have a couple of fish traps in mind. I gotta figure out how I want to design them for these koi that keep coming through. I can use some of the traps that maybe I'm not allowed to use back home. So that gives me an opportunity to try some of these ideas and see if they work. So that is cool.
So I'm just wandering around the property here, checking the different plants and this and that. I do know, I've been here five times now to Australia. I do know a lot of the variety of plants and trees over here as well, not just North America. For example, this here is eucalyptus tree. Of course, the koalas eat the leaves of them. And they shed their bark here and go white like this. They will get the bark back. But there's quite a few eucalyptus trees in this area, right on the property here. And the locals call them gum tree. There's different varieties of eucalyptus, of course. And I just want to take a walk through this bushy area and see what we can find that would be edible. Actually, I see plantain, narrow leaf plantain right here. But let's have a walk around and I'll show you some of the plants that we can expect to find. So I didn't have to go very far, and here's a bull thistle. Of course, you can eat the stalks and stems. They haven't flowered yet. That's a good plant. And here's a good example of the eucalyptus tree. You can see how the bark just comes right off. And all this. It springs right off. And then goes white like this. It'll grow the bark back though. There's a variety of pine trees here as well. So there's a pine tree. Narrow leaf plantain, so we'll be able to have tea. There's sow thistle in here, good tinder for starting fires. Oh, that's young thistle back there. And here we've got some smartweed. That is smartweed. In this disturbed dirt, something I didn't expect to see, there is lamb quarters. I did not expect to see that over here in a dry climate. It likes usually wetter climates like Vancouver Island. Dandelion. Quite a few useful plants. And regular clover. More plantain. And just regular clover. Just like we always have at home. Plantain. And here we have the remnant of dock. It looks like it's already finished and it's gone to seed. So whether I can actually find any live dock leaves, I don't know. Because this is middle of summer here. Some of these plants are already finished and gone to seed. There's some curled dock that does have leaves on it. See all the bark from this eucalyptus. Pretty thick stuff. It's like cardboard. Seems to be doing good. So everybody behave. The camera's on. If you're going to be on national TV, you have to behave.
Grandpa's filming, not taking a picture.
Dakota, careful. I'm going to punch him in his eyes.
Oh no.
Jaden, just move away from Dakota, please.
Just
stand
cook
on
your
your side.
marshmallow.
Stand on
Just
your
act
side.
natural.
Yes, you guys are...
If you're going to be an actor,
Oh, baby,
you
come
have
this
to act
side.
natural.
Dakota, come, stand on this side. Okay,
Dakota,
okay, now.
come over this
Go
side.
close. She wants to be close to the fire, I guess. Now, go close to
Pretty
the fire,
hot
but just
there.
stay away from Jaden so you don't poke one another. Yeah, that's fine then. There you go.
Let's see. Whoa. Mommy, I'm sorry.
Oh, you got marshmallow on your chin.
I know.
Looks like a beard.
Not mine, so neat. I
No, I'm good with the marshmallow thing. I am.
Well, that is a perfect marshmallow.
That is what I say.
Yeah, you reckon we're pretty talented. Right? You reckon we're pretty talented?
Well,
But
yeah.
no, it's not.
Okay, well
Order
then.
mine
Hey,
together.
careful, baby, it's hot. Don't put your hands on the edge. This side's very hot. Wait, let me do
Well,
good
now
for
my
you?
left
No,
feet
you want to do it
before I
yourself. Okay,
wasn't
come here.
able to.
Go on my left. Ugh. Okay, now do it.
I'm down at the pond here, and it's a private stock pond, so I can make fish traps and this and that. But I want to show you, I think what we'll attempt first is to make a dip net and try to catch these fish that they feed in and out of these cattails. I see the fish going in and out. So I think if I have a long handle, make a net. I'm going to make my net just out of the cattail leaves themselves. We're going to weave a net out of these and see if I can catch one. I've got nothing but time, and show you that in a survival situation you can make a net strictly out of bush material, a dip net for catching fish that are swimming in and out of these cattails. And you'll see, we'll do the whole build, and I almost guarantee you we'll catch one of these koi. There is silver perch apparently in here, and this will be an interesting project. I want to do some projects while I'm here and show you in a different country. This is the same in North America. A lot of the lakes, a lot of the ponds have fish that feed in and out of the cattails. So even trout back home swim in and out of these cattails, and you could use the same method almost anywhere you go where there's cattail and fish. So let's build a cattail fish net and see if we can catch one of these either perch or koi. I just want to catch something with a homemade bush net that you wouldn't even have to have a knife, string, anything. Let's make a dip net and get a fish, man. You gotta watch for the snakes around here. There's no doubt of that. I don't want to kill the cattail, so I'll just take a couple off of, but it's pretty strong stuff. Let's get some of this weeping willow. I basically want to just strip the leaves off. Poke the camera. You can tie these young willow right into a knot. It's pretty strong. Okay, nice long one. Wood is hard to break, which is good for my net. A survival bush net. I keep emphasizing nothing has to look pretty, it just has to work. Yeah, I really like making stuff just out of bush material. See, there we go, there's our shape. That'll be big enough. Take my long ones and put them in a line. I can start going shorter as I go, but I want the long ones in the middle. So that's probably enough. And then at least in the middle, I want to tie another long one to each one of these. And square them up, wrap the one, and then tie it. And then the next one, go under, and I'll go the opposite way, and then tie that about that far apart. So once I got it wrapped, I'm going to tie each individual piece. I'm just waiting for it to cool down a bit. I've used, basically this is the only weeping willow tree that I see around, and I've used all the pieces I basically could find that are usable, because you have to use the young tender pieces to tie. But something else you can use, which I collected a bunch of, is plantain. The center stalks on the plantain. And I got a piece here, they're about 10 inches. And plantain as well is very flexible. You can tie your knots quite easily with that as well. If you use the tender pieces on this, it's quite strong. And they will work for doing the rest of my tying. So I'm sure most of you know by now that as I start doing an idea, sometimes I change the idea. And in this case, in the middle for my net, I think I'm going to use a stick and basically wrap my cattail around the stick like that so it won't move, and then tie it. And then I'll have to weave the other ones in and out. Well, I had to come in where it's cool, air conditioning, and work on this. And like I say, I'm just gonna wrap around this stick and then tie it. And that'll keep my bottom nice. Yeah, what are you building? A shelter? So you put those all together?
Yeah.
Is that good if it rains or what?
Not if it's hard rain. Oh, it's pretty strong because it's secured to the sleeve.
Secured?
Yeah.
Well, get under there. Let's see how it works. So, you like building shelters?
Yeah.
I should get you to try to start a fire with my ferro rod too, eh?
Wait, what if Papa's doing a barbecue?
Yeah, we're doing a barbecue.
Yay, I'm going down.
Hey, oh no, get under your shelter once more. Young Jaden, my only grandson, making a little shelter here out of branches and towels. And it's pretty cool, you know, at that age to see people, young people, taking an interest. They got such a wonderful place here for the kids. I mean, it's just amazing. Other than the snakes and spiders, which they're pretty aware of even at an early age here. When you grow up in a certain environment, you get used to the dangers. You know what to watch for. I'll tell you, it's quite the spot here. Good place for kids. I'm happy. Are you a cutie?
Yeah.
Are you going to talk to the camera for a second? Tell the camera your name.
Dakota.
Dakota. You're sure cute. You like it here on the farm? It's nice, eh? Well, we're going to have a barbecue, Dakota.
I know.
You know.
I
What are you going to have on the barbecue?
I decided on spicy bubble gum candy.
Oh, are you going to have some meat like sausage, chicken?
No. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I'll see you down there.
Okay.
Yeah, see you down there, dear.
Oh.
Yucky.
See what you did?
No.
put something in her mouth and then spit it back in my bowl.
Oh yeah.
Plastic.
Hey, soda.
Yeah, don't burn that.
Yeah, no, because we're going to be cooking now, Jaden.
Oh, fly away.
But I gotta show you the gym. I was pretty impressed. If I would have had a gym like this back when I was younger, holy crow. The big screen TV, bunch of free weights over here, machines, leg presses, free weights. And a live pull machine. A riding bike, treadmill. Yeah, unbelievable gym for a home gym. There's the home gym. He's got as much stuff in here as Gold's gym. I'm telling you, it's something. Boy, I'm gonna work out while I'm here, see if I can put on some weight. When they said a home gym, I didn't think that they had like all this equipment. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna work out, see if I can get some weight back. All these survival challenges have worn me down, and I'm gonna try to get in shape while I'm here a bit. I'm here in my daughter's master bedroom, and she was showing me the other day the taping job on the ceiling here. You can see every joint, every screw, it is just ridiculous. So I haven't done any drywall in 2.5 years, but I'm gonna fix this for her. I mean, she's not happy with it, and she says it just bothers her every time she turns the lights on to see this, and it is ridiculous. So one thing I did do a lot of since 1977 is taping. So I'm gonna fix this up for her. Yeah, that's how bad the joints are. On a painted ceiling, it's unacceptable. Bit of a project, but I mean, hey, whatever. I used to be a drywall wizard. What are you doing, Jaden? I'm trying to work.
Ron's just watching you.
Hmm? Oh, you're just watching me. How about if I sing you a song? Okay? Okay, it goes like this. When I used to drywall, I used to sing this song. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, wouldn't be no drywaller. Pretty good song, eh?
No, it's
That's
not.
going to be on my album that's coming up. So, I have my stick with my cattail leaves wrapped around the stick and tied. So now, we'll put the net down and start attaching it before I weave the other pieces into it. The problem I'm having is to find enough materials to tie. So I think I'll use the inner pieces of some paracord to speed the project up. I've used all the willow I can find to tie. So far I've used just plantain stalks and willow to tie it. So it can be done, but I'm having trouble finding enough tying material because there's a lot of places that need to be tied. So to speed it up, I will do that. And I always have paracord anyway. So, you know, I could have done it with bush material, but it would take me so long to find all the cordage I need. So to speed it up, we want to get this net working anyway. So, you know, you can use strictly bush material, but in this particular case, just to speed the project up, I'll do it that way. So don't criticize, empathize. So I've got my one end tied, I just got to tie the other end. And basically it'll be a cradle net. I just want to submerge it and then just lift it up like those cradle nets that people use when they're fishing. It's not going to be closed at both ends because I want the fish to swim over it, and see if we can't just get an unsuspecting fish that falls for this device. Foot and a half. Those are the kookaburras. They sound like monkeys. They just do. And then the fish should swim through here, and then I just lift it up. That is the theory, anyway. See how it floats. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need a rock as a weight. So I'm gonna try to weave this type of material in between my cattail. So you can see how big this opening is, like basically, you know, 5 inches. Whereas here now, I've got this all closed in. A simple cradle net, and it's a new idea, so another experiment, but I'll bet you I'm successful with it. Just go on it, Christine. Well, I will watch her. Don't drop it on the floor. Don't complain, Christine. I'm getting you on film. I'm filming you. Okay, I have to look after you. Don't go too deep. Let me see it again. Take. Do that once more. What are you doing? Huh?
I'm just moving.
You're just moving things.
Yeah.
So I got the one side finished. Sometimes they don't like to go. I think we're ready to try it. Just a nice cradle net, no big gaps. Only ran the branches halfway up, but when it's submerged, I want the fish to swim in here above, and then I lift it up. So I just gotta weight it with a couple of tennis ball, couple of rocks. Hopefully I don't need more. That's about 3 pounds of rock right there. And you see when it lies there how it looks. When I lift it up, that's what I want. I'll put one at the back, one near the front. Now with the rocks, my handle is, I gotta move this rock, it's too far forward. I think I gotta move them both this way. That's a little hard to lift. Okay, it's sinking. Get it in the cattails over here. Then we just wait for a fish. So I got it in the water, all camouflaged because they come right into the cattails. But I had to use a Y stick to hold it up at the right height. When they get to the trap, I mean, I can be back here at the other end waiting, and hopefully it holds up. So as it turns out, I didn't need the rocks. With the rocks, it would have been way too heavy to lift fast enough to catch the fish. It was just too heavy, and it's actually staying in the shape I wanted in the water, just with the Y stick holding it at the right height. So morning seems to be the best for catching them, or seeing them in the cattails, I should say. Let them get used to the trap, and when I see them in the vicinity of the trap, I'll sit there and wait and try to lift it up with one in it. Right on. Well, I've been sitting watching around the shore here, and now all of a sudden I don't see the koi like usual. I don't know, kind of weird. Now all of a sudden I don't see them around, but sometimes you think to yourself that, oh well, I know I'm trying to catch them, so now you don't see them. But I just came down here and there's 2 big ones right near the mouth of my net here. The only problem I see with this net is it's pretty heavy for me to try to lift it up really quick. Maybe if I just do it slow until I ground them out. But there's 2 big ones right in front of the mouth of the trap, but they haven't gone in yet. This is ridiculous. I was sitting watching this big orange and black koi, and I looked back at the net, and there was one of these black ones going through. He went right through the net, so they are getting used to it, and I wasn't paying attention. I had my back to the trap at the time, watching this other one over here, and the black one went right through it, so I missed one opportunity so far. So you gotta pay attention, Greg. Aye, aye, aye. There's an eel in here too, chasing the koi. I don't know if you can see him. There's an eel. He's coming right, there's an eel. He's going right in my trap. Maybe I'll catch an eel. This is weird. I don't know if these are electric eels, I hope not.
Okay, I got an eel. I got an eel. There he goes. Oh, he got back in. Did you see that? And this eel came right up to the camera because there was a koi there, so I was trying to get that. And I lifted it up and I caught him. I got him right on the bank. And he just scurried like a snake back into the pond. But that was exciting. I got an eel so far. Didn't retrieve it. Well, I think that's pretty epic so far. You know, I had a koi go through my trap that I missed. I wasn't paying attention, and then I caught that eel. And pretty awesome. It's working. It just takes patience. I was here at the right time to catch the eel, but missed the koi. So we're still going to attempt to catch a koi and maybe another eel. Whatever I can catch with this homemade net, that's what I want to do. I just had a koi going in my net. The koi got halfway in the net and then he backed out, and by the time I got to it, he had taken off. But I'm going to get one. It's just a matter of patience. But I'm not going to eat these koi. I mean, if you do your research, koi in Japan are kind of a sacred fish. And as a matter of fact, they're so expensive. One koi sold for $1.8 million, almost $2 million for one fish. So it's not like I'm going to eat my son-in-law's expensive koi fish out of here. I just want to catch them. I got one coming near the mouth of my net. It's getting there. It's getting there. I got him. I got him. He's in here. Whew. All right, a carp with my net, my cattail bushcraft net. Now I better get this guy back in here. There he goes. Well, it's starting to pour rain now, but I got an eel and one carp. I call them carp or koi. Koi is a variety of carp. Pouring rain. I'll quit for now. And if it quits raining, I'd like to get one of the orange koi and another eel, because I didn't get a lot of video of the eel, so I'd like to get better video. It just scurried off right on. Okay, I'm back here. It rained all day, so I didn't get back to try to catch another fish and another eel. And what I find, or what I was noticing, is I can actually stand here with my hands on the net, and when the eels come through, I seem to be able to get the eels fairly easily. So they don't seem spooked by the net at all, the eels. But we had success either way with our homemade cattail dip net. There's the eel. Hope you can see him. Sticking his head from underneath the trap. There he is. He's just poking his head through.
So 2 eels and 1 koi with our net. Unfortunately, I didn't get video of him in the trap when I took him out because I had the headset on. I went to push the button and it wasn't recording. Stupid. The net works. I'm happy with that. So I think at this point it's time to just not worry about trying to catch another koi and just get on with other things. This was a success. 1 koi, 2 eels. But we got some underwater footage. We got footage of me catching the first eel. And we got a close-up of that last eel. So, right on. Because we have the stocked pond on private property, I can try an idea I've had for years now about a cage idea with an automatic shutting door. I really want to build this trap. I think it's going to be an interesting project, and maybe see if we can put it a little deeper, get some GoPro footage, and get the fish setting this box live trap off, and just see it in action. Will be just awesome. I know that you could make a trap like this with bush material, but let's just see if we can get the door to work and just use manufactured parts for now, like lumber, whatever I need, to get the concept perfected, and then I know that it would work in a survival situation. So of course a lot of the ideas I have I can't just go ahead and do because you're not allowed to. But here I'm allowed to do this, and so as a result, let's get this trap built and see how it works. I had success with my homemade net, as you remember, with the 2 eels and a koi fish. So hopefully this trap will work as well. So we'll go and get some parts and see if it's going to work. We got it. So I just got some plastic wire here, some screws, and some boards. I'm going to build a frame, make an automatic door, and then bait this trap up and hopefully catch one of them big perch that are in here. That's what I'd like to do, so I can do a catch and cook. A fish trap. No more playing around.
Do you see how fast that was?
It's faster than that other one. That's for sure. Okay, put those away.
Grandpa Gray, you give all the wood to me.
Okay.
Then I will put it right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the one to drill the screws in.
You are?
Yeah.
No, so you're stripping it. You're gonna push hard. No, you're gonna have trouble, I think. Might not be quite the right bit. We maybe wanted a bigger one. So we gotta pull this together. See, if you don't drill a hole, it'll split because we're right near the end. Nothing wrong with spending time with kids, even if they're not doing it right. How else are they gonna learn, right? So, and then he says, well, when we catch a fish with this trap, can we cook it on the fire? I said, you bet we can. So, it's in reverse. All right, okay, out. Good job.
Here's the screw.
Now we gotta drill another hole. You gonna drill it?
Yay!
Oh, you knocked the camera over. Well, my dog does it all the time. Okay. Well, we're getting there. We're starting to get there with it.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the main frame done. Jade and I, he gave me a hand drilling and screwing, and we got our frame. We got to wrap it with our plastic wire. Let me see.
Do you want some?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What's it for? Just your breath?
Yeah, so you don't have stinky breath.
Oh. Well, I do anyway, but... So that fish you caught, that was a big one, wasn't it? Gilbert helped you catch it?
Yeah.
But you got the first one when I helped you. What did you get? It fell in there?
Yeah.
Well, you were chasing the truck?
Yeah. Yeah, Papa was.
Why?
Because he wanted to come with it.
The new lawnmower, eh? Are you gonna get to ride it?
Yeah.
When?
I already know to drive the Bushcraft. Once, I almost tipped it over. Light in the front, light in the back. It's driving so fast, and it tipped over.
Which tipped over?
The Bushcraft?
You didn't tip it over, did you?
No.
Almost.
It was only on 2 wheels on the back.
Oh yeah.
It was falling backwards.
Holy. Quite the story.
You hear all these crickets and frogs? It's just unreal. When it starts getting dark, mind you, I haven't heard it this loud before, but it's just nothing but crickets and frogs everywhere. My grandson Jaden, my daughter was telling me, he was on TikTok and he saw a guy starting a fire with 2 sticks. So she suggested, well, your grandpa, he's good at that, so he can maybe show you how it's done. So I'm going to find some bow drill parts, and we're going to have a barbecue tonight anyway, so I'll see if I can get the fire going with the bow drill, and he'll be so impressed. It'll be just unbelievable. He just had his birthday 2 days ago, just turned 5. So I'm sure he'll say some funny stuff. I always like it when kids make funny comments, so we'll see if we can catch them off guard saying some funny stuff. That'll be cool. It's light, it smells to me like it's cedar. Probably just use a board like this for my fireboard. Well, this smells like cedar too. So, I think I'll just attempt that. So you cut... Where'd you cut it from? Oh, watch it.
I cut it from...
Oh yeah.
there.
Well, I might be able to use this for my bow. You gonna help me make a bow drill? And start the fire with sticks? You're not.
No, because I'm going to help Papa.
So you want me to make it myself?
Yeah, I'm going to help you too, I mean.
You want to see how it's done, don't you?
Yeah.
Is this one of your mom's trees?
No.
Pretty dull. Maybe your saw is better. Watch the camera. Don't hit the camera with that.
Okay. If I hit up here...
Well, you don't want to hit anywhere. Actually, your little saw works better.
Yeah, that's why I was using my saw.
Little kid saw works better than that Swede saw. I don't think the parents knew, his parents, mom and dad, knew that he was out cutting branches off the shrubs they planted. It's getting hot in the Australian sun again. Okay, I'll get it out for you. You don't have to go very far. You know, we just gotta watch the bobber. Just leave it here and I'll tell you when to grab the fishing rod and just give it a tug, okay? We're taking a break from doing the bow drill. We'll try to get you a fish, okay?
Yeah.
Where did you see the guy start the fire with the 2 sticks?
I'm a TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Did it take him very long?
Yeah.
Well, did you know that your grandpa won a gold medal for bow drill starting?
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Just a little while ago. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I got it. We got flame. The gold medal goes to...
We're gonna make this round and cut a notch, get a string on here, and then we spin it real fast and we'll get smoke and fire. You wanna do that?
Yeah.
But you didn't know I won the gold medal for bow drill?
No.
Huh. Yeah, I sure did. Oh, no, don't cut that, man. I need this to cut my notch here.
Okay. Yeah, you see, it can cut buckets too.
Yeah, let's see if I can cut a notch. Let's see if it's going to cut wood.
Oh my gosh. Who found this out? If it works, it's very good. That's good if someone found this. Very.
Okay, so should we start the bow drill fire tonight?
Yeah.
You got the best guy to show you, the gold medalist, huh? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yep.
Okay.
Grandpa Greg, I see you.
Yeah, I know. I got the camera rolling, so that's not going to work. I got to figure out something different.
I'd rather be
Well, you have to stay away from the camera and
Jordan, you can't block the camera.
Yeah, you can't knock the camera.
Unblock the camera.
Jaden, stop.
We're trying to get a video. You can get closer by Papa. You won't see it.
Out. I think smoke's gonna come out.
Oh wow.
You see the smoke coming?
Yeah, it's gonna make a fire.
Oh, you see the smoke?
Okay. I got her. Unfortunately, I went out. But that happens a lot.
Have to do it again.
You get so tired. I need my knife to shave this down
How
a bit.
will you do it again?
Well, you know what? Now my arm needs 5 minutes. See, that's what happens when you get old. Okay, well, today I'm going to finish my fish trap and get it in the water and hope for the best. It's actually a little cool out. I had to put my big coat on. It's not that warm. This is the hottest month of the year here in Australia, but it was pretty cool this morning. So, but if the sun comes out, then it'll get so hot that you can't take it. That's the way it is. But Jaden was saying, well, if we catch something in our fish trap, Grandpa, are we going to be able to eat it? I said, well, of course. I mean, if you want to eat, do a catch and cook, you came to the right guy. So we'll get this thing in the water, and then we're going to cook it up. If we catch a perch is what we're after. We're not going to eat the koi, but and we can't eat the eels because they're protected, or else I wanted to try eel because I think that would have been cool. Much better. Need that for now. Okay, drill a hole right there. All right. Okay, smile to the camera. Okay. So, got my lumber to finish the trap. I know why there's so many accidents over here. They drive on the wrong side of the road. Okay, so I'm here with Jaden and we're gonna finish up our fish trap. And you know what I was thinking? I think we should name it after you. What are we gonna call it?
Fish trap.
How about the Jadenator? Like the Terminator, but it's the Jadenator.
I'll be back.
So we're gonna make a special door for it. This is gonna be the coolest trap that you've ever seen. And you can actually use it on land for like rats, neighbors' cats. Just kidding. Probably work for big snakes too. I got the door right on. So I just got to put a hinge on my door. I got my sides on. Got her. So I'm thinking what I have to do is use a flat board so the string winds every revolution around the stick to give me more length. Gonna have enough pressure to hold the door. Yeah, it should be okay, you know. Well, it shuts it pretty quick. I don't know how fast that was. I think we're ready to figure out a trigger. I have to have a lot of pressure to shut the door. 2 gate latches, 2 of them, 1 on each end. I had to put them on a bit of an angle or else it was too touchy of a trigger. Then I'll tie my bait line on the bottom one, and it shouldn't take much. Hey, look at that. The fish will be able to pull that. Oh, look at how powerful that is. We broke our board even. Snapped our board right off. Huh. So, we know we got lots of pressure there. We'll just tap this and we'll see how it works. That's pretty fast. The only thing I can think is I think it'll sink. I don't think I need to put a rock in there, but I'm not sure. And is the door gonna want to float shut? So these are a couple of things that we have to take it down to the pond and see. So
Grandpa Greg.
we're gonna do a demonstration of the Jadenator. I'll show you how it works.
And the fish we catch, we're gonna cook it in the fire.
Yep. Now see how much pressure there is? There's a lot of pressure. Don't get near it now because that could break your fingers.
It could break.
Now I'll set it off so that you can see it.
It could break your fingers.
It can, well, I try to be careful. Now, the fish goes in, just minding his own business. He starts pulling on the bait, which I'm going to tie to this one. Wham! He's caught.
Very good, very good. Hey, very good. That's gonna catch a fish for sure.
We're going to call it the Jadenator.
He was like this.
And he's going to get caught in there. Hey?
He was like, Grandpa Greg was like this.
Talk about your dummy. Okay, there you go. Oh.
We're just having a little golfing competition. I've never golfed before.
And I've golfed very little. It's so funny, Greg.
A bit right, but your distance was good. I hope the battery dies first because this will be embarrassing. I've never shot at one. I'm not going to even warm up.
Hi, John, we'll keep these for later for when Mom comes, okay? We can do marshmallows, so just leave them there.
Except that I hit the floor. Not bad.
Where did it go?
The dog went and got it.
Oh, you're to the left, yeah.
This one's gonna be better. It's my practice swing.
No, it's not practice. No, I was just laughing at Greg. Why he's putting the pressure up on you by putting the camera on.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Oh, good
That's a
shot.
good one.
Woo, that's done it.
Oh,
Oh, a little short, but still better than us.
Oh.
that was not too
If the
bad. At
grass
least
was
it was
cut.
going straight.
If the
Yeah.
grass was cut.
Oh.
It comes from cows.
Comes from cows.
Yeah, and it's called biltong.
Oh yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is good, eh? It's like jerky. So what do you think of the name of the trap, the Jadenator?
Wait, did you just hear that?
What was it?
It sounded like an animal.
Yeah, but you don't have bears.
Yeah.
Crocodiles, maybe.
I just heard this noise. Ah, ah, ah.
Oh, well, that's the kookaburras.
Oh,
But you didn't see any crocodiles?
no.
You don't think there's crocodiles in there?
No, there's no crocodiles.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, well, maybe there isn't then. Yeah, it's just a pond. We're going down to try the fish trap, the Jadenator, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to catch a fish. Now we're gonna see if this thing is gonna... There's the turtle. The turtle's right here. Oh yeah, look. Oh, he's taking off now.
Oh,
You missed him.
bummer. Is it just the one?
Just the one I seen.
Oh, watch you catch a turtle.
He
It swam away, sweetheart.
He's gone now, dear.
He's gone.
So let's see if this thing's gonna sink. Oh yeah, it's gonna sink. The only thing is, I want to see
Move back.
the door
Sweetie, move back.
is gonna. They want to see what happens with the door. Okay, everybody stay back in case it goes off. Yeah, it looks like it might with everything being wet now. Yeah, see, the door is gonna float. So I have to put a weight on the door. You got a rock out of there, eh? Huh. Stuck his head right under to get a rock. I tried tying some rocks on the door, and you got to put a fair amount of weight to make that much wood sink for the door. So, and the other problem is, and that's going to slow the mechanism down. So I'm going to go with a piece of metal for the door, and that will sink. But you know, it's just like, you remember the guillotine fish-o-matic. It took me 3.5 months to get it to work properly, because you keep running into problems with all these ideas. It's just an idea until you start working on it, and then you start to see the issues and problems, and you have to one by one rectify them. This is a simple principle. Box trap, closing door mechanism. I know it's going to work, but the door's the issue. It just keeps floating, and if I weight it down too much, with the water resistance, the weight of the rocks, it's just too slow. Okay, well, I screwed my metal door. Seems to work quite well. Just got to hook it back up, test it. That's even faster than the last door, I think. Remember, if the ladies don't find you handsome, they should at least see that you're smarter than a fish. That big one. There, he's getting near the door now. See We're going. Okay, we're gonna do another video. We got the eel. I'll take the camera off here. We got our eel. No, look another way, Teddy. Oh, he might get out. Look out. No, don't touch him. Here, let's let him out. Let's let him out.
No.
There he goes.
No, I don't. I wanted to eat him.
Huh? You wanted to eat him?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't because he's protected. We'll get a fish with the fishing rod. At least the trap worked. What did you think of that?
Good.
It's the Jadenator. So that basically worked as planned. I had to have it in shallow water because this water is murky. You wouldn't be able to see if we went too deep with the trap. You wouldn't have seen it on camera because of the murky water. But one actually got out because the door didn't shut in time because I forgot to take my safety mechanism off, and then it only went part way. But second time we got that one. It's pretty cool to see it work underwater with the camera. Right on. So that was pretty funny when we caught the eel, and Jaden saying, well, can we eat it? He wanted to eat the eel. But I looked into it further. Actually, these eels here in New South Wales aren't protected, so we're okay to catch them, and we probably could have eaten it, but he probably wouldn't have liked it and would have been a waste. And my son-in-law doesn't really want us taking the eels out of the pond because they're good scavengers and they keep the place clean and clean up the debris and dead fish and whatever. So I thought that they were protected, but in certain provinces they are protected. Victoria, where else did it say? Tasmania. But anyways, you got to check into things so carefully. It's very complicated knowing what you can keep. Are they short-finned eels? Are they long-finned eels? I'm going to look into that a bit more today because I'm not sure if they're short-finned or long-finned. Let's try to identify them. So we're going to go up coast to a beach, do some fishing. They have a beach house up in Vincentia, it's called. I hang out at the beach house, hopefully catch some fish and see what's going on up there. Right on. So we made it to my son-in-law and daughter's beach house. This is the beach house, and the beach is just down there. It's really something this time of the year to see everything green. Sure, a far cry from the Rocky Mountains. I heard back home it was 40 below freezing. So we get this adventure underway. Hopefully I can catch a fish for the young grandson and just hang out with family. And it's raining right now, but I like this temperature. I don't really like severe heat, like over 40 degrees above. It's just too much, you know. That's like 100, over 100. We have use of a couple of e-bikes. There's 2 Sea-Doos. This is a big one. He says this is for like ocean fishing even. Very stable. And a couple of scooters back there. Electric. So yeah, lots of toys at the beach house. It's not all going to be like toys and games and trinkets. I've been sleeping in beds for a few days now since I got here, and my back is starting to bug me. So I did bring my hammock. To me, this is comfortable weather. Everybody here thinks this is cold, but it was minus 40 at home. I don't know. It is a little chilly for this area. I am actually wearing my coat, but I got to get the hammock set up because that's the only thing that helps my back is the hammock. Superior Gear hammock. That's all I sleep in usually. I sleep in a bed for a week. My back bugs me. It's the way it is. Hard to believe, eh? It's the truth. Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh boy. I'm looking forward to this back to the hammock situation. I truly am. Well, morning. Let's grab one of those electric bikes and take a cruise. Sounds like a plan. Here, just don't chop the table up.
Well, it's already chopped up.
Is it? I caught your big sister her first fish when I was here last time. It was a puffer fish. They just look like a big ball. They puff up.
Oh.
We'll try to get you a bigger fish, something that we can eat.
Yay.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Why are you wrecking my tree?
Because it looks ugly. Here, cut.
What are you doing?
It's so windy. Keep on filling it up.
Are you a cutie?
No.
She's a little shy around the
It fills
camera.
with wa- it
So are
fills
both my
with
daughters,
water.
actually. They don't like to be on video. All right, get in there. You want to go in my hammock too?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll push you. Sit back and relax.
We're gonna fall out, Grandpa. You've gotta close the zipper.
You won't fall out. I'm keeping an eye on you. You guys still haven't had a nap in there.
No, this is how you do.
Are you sleeping now? Yeah, you. You having fun? And this is Ashlyn. And there's Christine. You got glasses on, but.
My glasses.
Okay.
Because the sun's in there.
All right. And remember I caught you your first fish, and it was a puffer fish when you were about 4? You don't remember? Well, maybe you just don't remember. It's a true story. So we haven't got Madison on film yet. There you go. Don't go out too far. Things are a lot of fun. Now we're really flying. Got her in a different gear. Easy to ride too. Aren't you worried about snakes? So I'm just heading in to a fishing spot. I had an invite.
from one of the responders to the community post that's here in Sydney. We're going to go meet up with him and do a little bit of fishing. He says he's got me some gifts.
Yeah.
What do you got, Joey?
So you never got lost again?
So he just finished watching the episode where I got lost there.
So it's a GPS watch.
Right on. Okay.
Save your location, go for your walkabout, and
Yeah.
that's it. You'll never get lost. They use it for hunting,
Oh,
but bushwalking, everything.
Yeah.
It all works.
Okay.
Is that?
Sounds cool. Oh, that's right on. You'll have to show me how to work. What's this?
Yeah, I will. It's a little rechargeable torch.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, right on. You don't
Last
need
but not least,
a knife.
can't go far without a knife.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
That's all right.
Appreciate it.
Nah, all good.
Right on.
Anytime.
Yeah. That's great. I'll use them for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll
how
use
long
your
this
knife
will last.
on a video coming up.
It probably won't last very long.
Pretty tiny ferrule rod.
Yeah.
I do have a bigger one.
What I like
But
about
still,
this
you know
one's-
what? It's good to have on a knife.
Yeah. The best part about this is the sharpening stone.
Right.
Nice little
Yeah,
plate to
that's
sharpen
nice.
on.
Yeah, for
You don't
sure.
have to use rock or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
For sure.
It's half serration too, so. Good knife.
Well, that's great.
Made
Thanks,
for
man.
bashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate it, man.
That's alright.
You didn't have to, but
Nah, I thought
the
I'd
fishing
do
would have been
something.
fine. But I appreciate it. Okay, so how long you lived in Australia?
My whole life.
All your life? In Sydney your whole time?
I was in the States for almost 5 months.
Okay, yeah.
I was a camp counselor over there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was teaching some archery.
Oh, yeah. So you're into archery?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Anything hunting, bush related, you know, I love
Yeah,
it. And then fishing is the easy part.
Right. Yeah.
It's me.
So you probably learnt a lot from my cast, eh?
Yeah.
See, that's the way to do it.
I've tried it. I can't do it.
No, it's one of them things. You either have the touch for that cast or you don't. Gonna see where they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to the park.
You just let her sit on the bottom, kind of thing. Will do. We had a bite, eh? Yeah, we both had a couple of bites, so it's a good sign. But he would like to take me shark fishing. That would be right up my alley. Oh, I got to get out of that sun for a bit. Not used to direct sun like this, but the fish, we're getting bites, but they keep taking our bait. But that's interesting. He says he knows where we could catch bull sharks. I mean, man alive. And he says you can keep them. Couple of bush turkeys right here where we're fishing. So had to get anything new on video. That's what we want. See interesting things that we don't have back home. Hey, I got something. Got something. I'm not even kidding. We got it. Joey caught a little guy.
Little snap.
Oh yeah. There you go.
These things grow to be huge as well. But it's something.
Well, you're not going to keep it though.
No.
We'll let that guy go. It's not a survival challenge, Joey.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's nice.
Yeah,
You hold it down a tad. Yeah, now you can see
There
the
you go.
blue spots. Pretty nice blue spots. I got one of those little guys too. We'll let him go. You got a bit of spike on the back, eh?
Yep. They'll get ya.
They will? Well, it's not a bush setting, but it's nice to see the city and the bridge, the old opera house. Pretty cool. But lots of music, lots of people, lots of fishing. I don't really care about the fish too much, just the sights. Catching anything? One? Oh yeah. Oh well, we caught fish. We did.
Same, nothing too big, but
No.
I thought I had plenty of gear with me on one trip.
Yep.
Thought I found a promising spot. Within about 2 hours I lost all my gear and snapped it. So in my frustration I whacked my rod about 10 times against the tree.
Broke it.
Yeah, and now I've got a new rod.
Well, thanks anyway, buddy, for taking me out, eh?
Anytime, Greg.
You know, like like they say, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work anytime.
Yeah,
so
I agree with that.
We went out, we saw, and we caught a couple. Right on.
It's cool.
They're neat. Joey that I went fishing with yesterday, and he was telling me, and I wish I would have had time, and I wish I would have known, because we would have gone for bull sharks instead of going down to the ocean for those little fish. Next year I'm going to come back and do some real outdoor adventures, try to catch a bull shark, go where there is crocodiles, get some footage of them. This was kind of a spur of the moment. I appreciate all you folks that responded to the community post. I had lots of interesting offers, too far away for the most part. It doesn't look like we're going to get to do a catch and cook. I might try in the morning because I don't leave first thing in the morning, and if possible, maybe I can get lucky tomorrow morning and try to catch a fish for Jaden. It'd make him so happy. But anyway, been trying for a while, no luck. So, oh, maybe you can. You'll have to ask your mom.
I don't catch either. Yeah, Jaden.
I get a shot of your back. Oh, come X.
Are you filming now?
Well, I may as well.
Okay, well.
See if you can get a silver perch. I haven't had any luck.
Well, I'm just casting it in for you. You bring it out. That's where we got the last few.
Oh, you just let it sit and we just watch the bobber.
This is what we're using, Greg. It's just
worms, yeah.
garden worm, yeah.
It's the best bait around the world, worms. Yeah. Everywhere you go.
Universal bait.
Give her a tug. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Huh?
She's on.
Oh, good.
Grab it. You bring it in.
No, no, it doesn't matter. Not too fast.
He's gone.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, he got off. Well, okay, we'll try again. That went out further. That's way out there.
Okay, now we just sit and wait and watch.
Well, at least we're getting some bites.
Yeah, we
now
are.
they're feeding. You know what? I've never tried it in the morning. I've only ever got it in the afternoon. But
I tried morning, and I had a shower, tried again. I haven't been able to catch
You've
them.
just run out of time this time. Next time we'll have to do, cook on the fire.
Well, exactly. But anyways, you got the company farm deck.
Yeah, it's a new thing we're doing as part of our 365 mesh. It's been out for about a year. It's basically a solution for farmers or ranchers back in the States, and that it operates across the world. If you've got a browser, you can access it, so you don't need any app. But we do have an Android and an iOS app that you can download, and you can do things like it gives you a dashboard of daily tasks that you do on your farm. It's got a farm map area that allows you to sort of map out all your paddocks and stuff like that. Livestock, for example, if you've got goats, cows, piggery, chickens, that sort of thing. Got a whole lot of information and all of this kind of stuff. Water resources, sensors in water tanks or in dams or in troughs where animals drink from. And it'll give you real-time levels of that water. So if there's a leak, and it'll do leak detection, so you can get it to alert if the tank's emptying too quick. Things like soil moisture for the growers, irrigation, automated irrigation. So sensors in the ground, measuring soil moisture at different levels, depending on the crops or the fruit trees. Electric fencing, vehicle tracking, and it integrates with on-farm vehicles and tractors and stuff like that, the ones that have got open systems and allow you to integrate. Once you've got those insights, you can sort of make changes to then reduce costs, if you can.
So how much does this cost?
Well, all of those things that I mentioned, including a planner, task manager, it's got video surveillance, a real-time video surveillance. You can have a camera out there on your phone, you're seeing what's happening, and you can, move back, go back in time. All of that I've mentioned, all of that is actually free, and you get it at farmdeck.com. And you just register, and you can use it web-based, or you can download the apps, and you can use all of those things that I said for free. The only time you actually pay is when you start adding sensors to it.
How much is that then for these sensors you put on the animal?
The tracking sensor is actually quite it's new. We've only just released it this month, and it goes at $50 per once off, and it's got a solar panel built into it, long life battery life, and it will do real time location tracking of the animal.
I was thinking that might be handy, like back home I see these guys, they free range their cattle.
Yep.
And then they go on horseback in the fall to collect them, and they're wandering all over looking for these cows.
It's very similar in Australia and the big ranches in South.
They got to physically go look for them. So with this, you'd know where they are.
You'd know where they are. You'd know where they are, and it's knowing where they are sort of simplifies the tasks that you got for that day. They become more sort of precise based, and it's a solution that enables you to lower costs, brings more efficiency in. You can add the sensors as you go, it'll help a lot, and it starts to just make what we do today a lot easier, and by making it easier, you make it cheaper, and it's more sustainable. Farmdeck.com, just register for free. There's no credit card needed, no nothing.
Free registration.
Free registration. And how's your time in Australia been?
It's been great to get away from winter.
And the
Tell you,
weather
but
has
now I got to go back to winter.
Well, you get away from this predicting the weather's going to get warmer next week. You're going to find it.
I didn't mind the temperatures, and it's like I say, it's different wildlife, different plants, heat. But it hasn't been too hot, so I've been okay.
Yeah.
I don't even mind a bit of rain like this.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned you were worried it's too hot.
I was worried it was going to be too hot, but it was just right. There was a couple of very hot days on the farm, but I got used to it.
I can't believe that video with the eastern brown, man.
Oh, that was a close call. My arm was only a foot away from that snake, and the only reason I knew he was up there by my arm is I heard him hissing.
Jeez.
Well, that's what you call a close call.
Greg, very fortunate, but wow, you got some good footage, and that was you wanted to find one eventually, but you got really close to it.
I would have liked to have seen a red belly black,
Well, it doesn't seem like they're biting this morning.
No, they're not. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye. Okay. Love ya. See ya. I better get packed up. Get ready to head back to winter. But now that I have the contacts here in Australia, when I get back next year this time, I'll have these things arranged ahead of time so I can get out, see the crocodiles, catch the bull sharks, and do some things with some of these fantastic subscribers and that gave offers to take me out on some of these adventures. So stay tuned for next year in Australia, because it'll be a different ball game. We'll have things lined up and it'll be far more bush oriented next year this time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Back to this. Oh boy, I tell you. Okay, we'll sneak up on Finn and see if he recognizes me after a month and a half. Hey Finn! Look at how excited you are. What is that you got? He's pretty excited. Everybody wants to see you, Finn, now. Boy, oh boy. Okay.